Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you and your family are doing great. Hope that life is treating you well. And most importantly, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we discuss here on the Common Sense channel. So once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. For today's video, I want to talk to you about the subject called enemies. Your enemies are those people or those entity or those organizations that sole purpose in life is to destroy you. They can destroy you personally, they can destroy you physically, and they can destroy you emotionally. And the goal is to break you. How do they break you? Everything that you're working on, your entire goal in life, they will make sure that you never accomplish any of them. You will work, you will survive, but those things that you are anticipating to achieve in life, you wouldn't be able to achieve it because the enemy, your enemy, is laying in wait only to interrupt you and to destroy your plans. Those are your enemies. Your enemies are never far away. Your enemies are not random strangers. Your enemies are people, entities that are closer to you than you can think. They smile at you, they laugh with you, they celebrate with you, they lay in bed with you, they eat with you, they drink with you, they cry with you. But the intention, my friends, the main focus is to harm you personally, physically, and emotionally. That's your enemies. Your enemies never sleep. Your enemies never dies. Your enemy lives forever. Your enemies are not spirit. If you've watched my previous videos on this subject, you will notice that I often stress on this, that the enemies that I am talking about, on this video are not spirit or ghost. I'm talking about human beings. That main intention is to see that you don't accomplish or you don't achieve all those things that you're working on. You understand? So that's what your enemy is. Now, how can your enemy harm you? There are a couple of ways that your enemies can harm you. So I want to talk to you about those ways. I know something I don't do, but I want to kind of, lay these areas down because this topic is very, very, very essential. So, how do your enemies harm you? One way that your enemies can harm you is they can oppose everything that you do. So they may do it indirectly, they may do it directly. So when you are trying to be very constructive on what you're doing, say you're working for a company and you're coming out, they notice that you are coming out with great ideas. They may not do it behind your back. They may not do it in front of you, but the moment you step aside or the moment you turn your back, then they'll go and say, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. And plus, whatever they're trying to do is going to do this, is going to do that. So whatever is it you're trying to do, that enemy will oppose it. The enemies that I'm talking about may not say it in front of your face, may not oppose you in front of your face, may not oppose you in the presence of others, but may do it when you are not watching. Whatever you do, nothing you will do will mean anything to them, but they won't say it to you. But deep down in them, they know their goal is to tear you down. That's one way your enemy can hurt you. There are other ways, and I'm going to talk to you about them, that are very important. They will always try to create an obstacle for you. So if you're trying to get ahead in life, you're trying to start your own business, they will make sure that you don't get the fundings. They will oppose that business. They will say things about that business so that you wouldn't get help. So you won't get help. There will be like an obstacles, in your way, so that you won't be able to get the help that you need to be able to start that business or be able to work on that project that you're working on. They will go behind your back and say things to other people, the people that are trying to assist you so you can get ahead. They will malign you. They will say things about you that you won't be able to get the help that you need. Your enemies are real. And even if you're thriving, if they're watching you grow, with the help or without the help, they'll still find a way to bring you down. Your enemies are real. Your enemies are flesh and blood. And the only way you can deal with these personal enemies or environmental enemies is to know them. It's to know that they exist. It's to know that their full intention or their main focus is to bring you down. And as I've said in previous video, if you don't know the enemies that are fighting you, there is no way you can fight back. You have to know these things. And the reason why you have to know is so you can strategize, so you can rethink, so you can plan to counteract whenever these individuals are trying to destroy you. That's why some countries in this world, they know their enemies. As a country, you have to know your enemies. Your enemies are like your competitor. Have you ever try to do a business? You open up your shop and everything is going pretty. Everything is going great for you. Then all of a sudden, someone come and open the same shop or similar shop or restaurant or business right next to yours. And now they are just spoiling business for you. So if you're selling your product for like $10, they'll sell theirs for like $5 or less than nothing, just so you don't have customer, just so you don't eat. If you're struggling to get finance, they will do whatever it takes so no one can assist you on getting that funds to start or run your business. Their main goal is to see that you fall. You understand? Your enemies are real. Your enemies are real. And that's why I'm doing these videos. I do these things because I know these things do exist in real life. And if life is reality, you must see these things as reality. One thing about your enemies is that they, my friends, never stop. Whenever they try one initiative to bring you down and it don't work, they reinvent another method. to bring you down. They are Ancients of Days, my friends. They attack you, and even if they pass us on, their generation will come along and continue from where they left off. Your enemies are real. You have to know them, because once you know them again, you know how to counteract. They're not your competitor. They're not trying to compete with you on a playing field. No, that's not what they're trying to do. Their goals is to knock you out. And when they knock you out, they know you are not coming back to fight back. So, but again, knowing your enemies is the key to being a winner. I've seen many people in life who have, I don't want to say being naive or anything like that, but have left every other thing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to allow certain entity to fight my battle when the battle is yours to fight. You have to be the one to fight your battle every day of your life. And part of that battle that you must fight involve tangible enemies. Your enemies are not only hostile towards you, they are also opposing. They will say all sort of things about you. Your secret are never secret with your enemies. And the worst thing you can do is to allow your enemies to know your secret. Your enemy should never, under any circumstances, know your secret. That's why when you're in the midst of people, you have to be careful as to what you say, as to what you do. You speak when it's an appropriate time to speak. You say things that grace the occasion. You don't say things that they didn't ask you of. You only say those things that is relevant to the occasion, not things that are not relevant to the time and location of whatever settings that you find yourself in. In other words, I'm telling you to be discreet, because you never know people's intention. Your enemies can be your best friends. Your enemies can be your relative. Your enemies can be your co-worker. Your enemies can be your boss. Your enemies can be those people that are pretending to love you. You understand? So when you're around people, you have to be very careful. Being discreet is the main thing that you can, or initiative that you can put on, or characteristics that you can put on to be able to counteract. And you should always be aware of your environment, because you never know who your enemies are, but they are real. Your enemy's main goal, again, is to destroy you, is to make sure that you never accomplish anything that you set on to do. So knowing them is the first defense mechanism. You know, some of us, we know them. And I tell you, if you know who your enemies are, you will always triumph. Because guess what? You're going to be 5 steps ahead of your enemies. When they make one move, you, my friend, are making 3 or 4. And because you're unpredictable, it's going to be hard for them to understand how you think, how you plan, how you strategize. So those people who are your enemies, they are also wise too. They are smart, they are intelligent. They are watching you. You know, that's why in the scripture, when it talks about a man named Job, when Job assembled, he was, according to the scripture now, he was a rich individual. Whenever he assembled to celebrate, the enemy came. And the enemy all along was watching Job. And the enemy was trying to destroy him in the worst way possible. And when that time came, the enemy struck and he was destroyed. So, I'm not going to go through the story, but I'm just telling you that whenever you assemble to do anything, just know that your enemies are there too. They're watching. And their main goal is to see that you don't make it. It's to see that you don't accomplish what you're doing or trying to do or trying to succeed in. So knowing them is the best thing that can happen to you. It's the best defense mechanism. So in short, what I'm saying, open your eyes. When you're in the world, open your eyes to reality. Know that you are fighting physical entity every day of your lives. You may not know that there are enemies out there trying to destroy you, but yes, they are. They are lurking. They already set the plan out for you. They lay it out for you. They know the strategy, the plan on how they're going to carry it out and how you're going to fall. They already know. But you can say to them, watching the Common Sense channel has allowed me to open my eyes to see that my enemies are real, that they're out there. Their main goal is not to be competitive with me on the playing field, but the main goal is to take me out of the competition. Because whether you know or not, all of us, all humans, are running a competition. We're all competing against each other every moment, every second, every hour, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year. We are in a huge competition with each other. And there are those out there that are trying their possible best to take you out. They're not trying to take you out like just for you to go down in tears. They're trying to take you out completely out of the game. Your enemies, again, are real, my friends. So, as I've always done, I like to do these videos. So I just wanted to do a video on enemies. It may seem like very funny, or simple, but it's real. And some of us, we know these people. They're around us every day. Some people say, I'll allow my enemies. I want God to allow my enemies to see how I'm growing, how I'm developing. Your enemies don't want to see that in the first place. You understand? Your enemies don't want to see that. So don't even ask the Creator to allow your enemies to see you prospering. What you want to do is to ask the Creator, if you can't do it yourself, to take your enemy out. You don't want your enemy to live. Your enemies, you don't want to live because they don't want you to live. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want to see you prosper. So you don't want them to be around too long. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. And the reason why they're everywhere, because you don't even know who they are, but they're out there. And their goal is to see you amount to nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. They want to see you in the same condition, the same state of mind, the same reality. That's what they want to see. And let me tell you, whenever you try to make a move out of your conditions, they, my friend, will bring you right back, because that's where they want you to be. And not just you, it's intentional to keep you and your generation to come in the same state of mind, in the same condition, day after day, week after week, months after months, years after years. So the way you fight back, my friends, is to understand, to know who your enemies are. And once you know who your enemies are, whenever you are in the midst, whenever you are in the presence, you, my friends, will be very discreet. You will be very discreet with what you say, with what you do. You will be unpredictable. That's what I'm trying to say. You wouldn't allow them to know your move. You wouldn't allow them to know your intentions. You wouldn't talk too much because you're saying less, so they wouldn't know your next move. They will lay wait. They will wait for you. They will do whatever it takes to infiltrate you, to enter your comfort zone, to know. They will even go as far as investigating what makes you who you are, what gives you strength. They want to know. And once they know, that's when they'll be able to destroy you. But if you are discreet, if you are unpredictable, it will be very, very hard for them to know your move and your intention. So friends, as I've always said in all of my videos, and will say again, the greatest thing that can happen to anyone is not the day you were born, not the day you had your first car, your first child, the day you graduated from high school, college, the day you got your first degree, none of that stuff. The greatest thing that can happen to any man or woman is the day, my friends, you discover yourself. Because from that moment on, everything will make clear to you. You will understand clearly those people, those entities, those organizations that are out there to harm you, that are out there to oppose you, that are out there that are hostile towards you, that are trying to destroy you, that are trying to bring you down, that are trying to corner you, they're trying to destroy and defeat you. You will know them. And once you know them, you would know exactly how to counteract their vices. And the core of everything that I've just spoke to you about is for you to know thyself. And knowing thyself is the key to understanding who your real enemies are, and not the ones not the distraction they try to put you to, that they try to make you to believe. So once again, I want to thank everyone for watching my video. As always, you were great. I want to continue to thank everyone for their support. And please, I want you to learn. That's the reason why I do these videos, so you can learn and understand our world. Our world is real, my friends. And so are your enemies. Your enemies are real. Once again, I hope that you and your family are doing great. I hope that life is treating you well. And most importantly, I hope that you're in good health. Thank you and have a pleasant day.